Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 here of the MRC League. I am your host, Amkaza, and you join us here in Bahrain. The sun's gone down, the lights are on, let's get the racing on. Qualifying has just started, 18-minute session as per usual. You have not missed a thing, don't you worry. We are going to jump on board quickly with Mark, who has started one of the first flying laps then of the day. And he just goes through turn 3 and then up towards turn 4 along this new DRS straight, which is going to create a little bit more overtaking hopefully as we go into the race. As we're having issues with games crashing, which is always fun. Welcome to F1 2019, unfortunately. Mark, second last week out. The first place has not been able to rejoin us, unfortunately. So he'll be looking to capitalise on a decent result last week. Try and put himself up towards the front. He'll be joined by Brownie down there in the Williams. Ever a threat in these races. He managed to get himself qualified for the race-offs for the Pro. Before the Pro draft there was the race-off, that's what he qualified for. Unfortunately he didn't get through, but to just get there is a huge achievement in itself. So we'll be looking to see how he will go in this race and in the future races. See if he can capitalise on that. He's the self-titled grandpa, even though he's younger than myself. He's not really much of a grandpa if he's younger than me. But he is probably one of the older drivers you'll see on the grid today. Up there on the age scales, you've definitely got Raggy. He's definitely getting on a bit now as Mark goes with a 28.6 to set the first lap on those mediums. Obviously we do have softs and hards. Made a little bit easier this year by changing the names. So they're just soft, mediums, and hards. Underneath it's a bit more complex. They've got categories C1 to 5, C5 being the softest. We don't need to worry about that. We are just simply interested in what's on the outside. As far as I'm concerned, it makes things a little bit easier to work out. Browning has gone fast on the softs, 0.6 of a second faster than Mark. We'll have a flick down the grid to see Reggie has just coming through turn 12 here. He's on the hards, going for a little bit banker lap by the looks of things. Only two people have put soft lap in so far, that is Browning and Double G. And Reggie is the only man currently on track to not set a time. His teammate Kai Bangini is there with a 31.8 on his hards, so let's see if Reggie can beat his teammate out. See if you can get up to the same level of Pavel, that'd be ideally what you're aiming for. He's not quite got there, but he has beaten his teammate and King Buzzo with a 30.46. Leclerc actually put in a very OCD approved time of a 129.999, which is very nice to see. Nevin has just come out of the pit, so he'll be starting up shortly. Let's have a look at Pavel quickly. Last race in Australia, he had a gearbox issue that actually cost him a good haul of points. For those of you who haven't actually worked out or seen it yet, engine temperatures and gearboxes are so much more important in this year than they've ever been. They can have problems. So over revving, running in high rich fuel for too long does have detrimental effects on you. The engine overheats, it could cause it to fail. I haven't seen an engine failure, I've seen gearbox issues with Pavel last week. Campaccini comes across, goes half a second faster. He's on 31.3, so he'll have done 2 laps on that. On King Buzzo and Friedrich. King Buzzo's still in mode 5. I don't know if he's going to go for another one on these hard tyres. He's made a little bit of mess there, so he might back out of that one already. Let's have a look at Friedrich, see what he's doing. He's a little bit slower, so I think this might be an in lap as well. He's already 2 tenths down. Double G has put in 2 laps on his softs. Still there in 3rd place though, so he's not really done much with the extra lap. He's in Mo 5, but very, very low on ARS. So we'll see if we can find someone who's about to start a lap. Reggie has just finished a 2nd lap. We'll see if he's going to go again. He's in Mo 3. Yeah, he looks like he's going again. So this is the new DRS straight up towards turn 4. 3 detection points, 3 straights, which is quite interesting. Through turn 4, and then it sort of wiggles itself down here now. Sort of left, right, and then flicks over the left through turn 7. As it goes downhill into turn 8, this tight hairpin. Don't lock up. Hit the apex perfectly as he's done. And then we come into probably the hardest corner on the track. Turn 9 and 10, or corners, should we say. The braking is while you're turning. You've got to pick it perfectly. He's done a decent job. Just took a little bit too much of the curves, maybe, and a little bit of oversteer or over acceleration coming off it. This middle DRS straight now. Just come up towards turns 11 and 12, and this is where we could see some back end start to go. Right, this turn 12, don't want to take too much of this inside curve, just up here. You see, staying well clear of it. Take too much of that curve, your back end will quite often just come around to say hello. 313, and then downhill, down towards turn 14 and 15, double right corner. Only really one corner, it's not really two to it, but still two corners effectively. As you just sort of open up the steering and power towards the line, DRS open once again, and there we go. So he does a 30.8, and he doesn't go fast, he's actually slower by nearly 4/10. So he will not be improving this time, and I suspect he'll be on his way into the pits. He might try another one if he feels like it. String the first sector together and see how you feel. I think it's the case for him. Let's have a look further down. Neved is out on a flyer, I believe. No, he's installation. Never mind. Where's Beefs? He's just going through this middle section here. Dearest detection points, didn't mention that on the hot lap. Detection point for the first zone between turns 3 and 4, just before turn 1, while he's still with DRS from the previous one. Detection point 2 is just coming up to turn 8. 9, sorry, we'll point that one out for you later. And the DRS across the start finish line is just before turn 14, so just there under that bridge. So we'll see. So it gives you a chance to make a dive into that corner, because you can pick up the DRS and still make an attempt to take that overtake into that corner and carry the speed across. Just have a quick look to see where this detection point is, because this is new for this year, this DRS rate, and it is just there at the very end of the pit lane. Just you can see the white line coming across the track. That is the detection point. So let's have a look. Brownie is on a flyer. He's currently come downhill down towards turn 8. Got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. He's on the softs once again. We're looking to see if we can improve on a pretty much 128 dead. That's the slow car getting out of the way. I think that was Neved. Could be wrong. Brownie then in this mid DRS section. And let's see what can he do. We'll get a split hopefully as we come through turn 12. And we will hopefully find out if he's up or down on his previous lap. This is the end of sector just here. He's up by nearly 2/10. It's a good looking lap. Not often can you say that about a Williams, that's for sure. Not this year anyway. He's pinning that throttle. Fuel is flashing up red. That's not too much to worry about for him. 8 minutes left of this session. You'll have plenty of time to go again if he fails it, as long as it's not invalidated. If you had, I think we would have been throwing that one in the pits. And he comes across the line and goes faster by just under 2/10, 0.172 faster. And that is currently pole position then with a 27.855. Then for Brownie, let's have a look. Pavel, he is sat in way 0. I don't think he's going again. I think he might be on in that. Let's have a look further down. King Buzzo has just started a hot lap then. He needs to beat a 31.1. Both McLarens are still haven't set a time yet. They're both on their out lap at the moment. Manu and Willy Wampa, they'll be setting times shortly, hopefully. And we'll see where they can end up on this grid. A lot of mixture of tyres at the moment. We're just seeing what's fitted. Let's have a look what's best. This is the tyres they've done their best lap on. So the 4 lowest tyres are all on hards. And Double G is a little out of place on the softs. They're in 5th. Brownie's the only other soft driver at the front. 2 McLarens are actually out on softs as well, so we're expecting to see them. Ideally, if you're going to run softs, you want to be starting as close to the front as possible on the front row or 2. So that'll be where they'll be aiming to. King Buzzer then coming up the hill down, up through turn 12. Let's see what his split is like. Up by 1.6 seconds. This is a good lap then from King Buzzer. This is the medium tyres versus previous, which was hard. And he's trying to get a little slipstream there off Kai Mancini. That was close. I think Kai might have made a mess of his pants there. Well, that was close call. King Buzzer trying to take advantage of any little slipstream he can get his hands on. Going to come across the line, and he goes 5th fastest then with a 29.2. And that was a very quick lap then from him. Obviously the opening, that was definitely much of a banker. Let's have a look at Manu on the softs. He's coming up to turns 11 and 12 then. One of the 4 soft runners on the track, or have been on track. Double G needs to find something in his lap. He's so far down. You do not want to be starting 7th on softs, especially if you're going to start there. You've got to get the start of a lifetime. Fly past half the other drivers before you even get to turn 4, and then start picking up the rest through the rest of the lap. Manu's come across the line. He goes second fastest with a decent lap then, a 28.2. Still a fair bit off Brownie, but it's still a very good lap then from the McLaren. 5 minutes left of the session. As Willy Wamper is going to come around the final corner now. Let's see if he can match his teammate. He's going to get that DRS open. Bang on cue there. And he comes across and beats his teammate then with a 28.122. And those McLarens looking pretty up there in 2nd and 3rd for now. Let's have a look at Leclerc's instead of May 5. Looks like he could be on another lap then. On those medium tyres, he needs to find something. He's might have backed out that first lap. Because he's definitely not improved on the previous lap. Let's see if we can get a split then as we come up towards the end of sector 2. Runs very wide on 11. Just off that curve through 12. He's up by 2/10, so he might not actually move up anything. He needs to find pretty much a second over an entire lap. Get into the 28s if you're going to use the mediums. That's what your aim's got to be. Coming around the final corner, then power down. DRS coming open any second. There it is. What is he going to do? He improves by half a second, but it's a 29.4, sorry. He still needs to find pretty much another half a second on those mediums, which is going to be not an easy task for him to do. As Double G has come out with some fresh softs, and he is just starting his lap. So we'll stick on board with him. Let's see if he can get up there. Pavel and Evan also making moves onto softs as we are approaching the closing stages of the qualifying. Calm before the storm. 3.5 minutes left. You really want to be leaving the garage with about just less than 2 minutes left of the session. And those on balance start flying laps might have some issues. They might only get one run here. And ideally, you want to be the last man to start your flying lap, because then the track has evolved suitably to its prime and you can get as much grip as possible on that track. King Buzzo is coming out for an outlap along with Neved and Pavel on a flying lap. You've got Double G. Leclerc I don't suspect to be on a flying lap, but Friedrich is down there in 13th. Unlucky for some. Is he going to be unlucky for him today? We'll soon find out. Double G is up by half a second. It's looking good. He needs to be matching wits though with the McLarens up there in 2nd and 3rd. Otherwise, using softs could be all for now if you're going to be having a few cars between yourself and your rivals. A little slow on the DRS there. That might cost him a 10th or 2, but he's done a 28.570. He's up there in 5th, but he does have a medium between him and the other softs, who is actually out on a set of softs right now, which is Pavel. And he is coming up to, I think it's a turn 4. It is. So he's just started his lap, and he'll be looking to try. Let's have a quick flick through. Let's see when the Friedrich is. Oh, is that a bit of oversteer, or was that just trying to warm the tyres up? It's going to be a 30.2. It's not the quickest lap. He's not last, but it's not very quick. It is only 12th for him so far. Let's have a look where Pavel is. He's just coming into the middle DRS straight. Let's see, can he do what's needed? Let's have a look at the gaps to the leader quickly while we're going around. He is 0.6 off the leader, or 0.7 really. As Neved jumps up to P2 then. A great lap from him. He's 0.1 off Brownie, 1/10 of a second. And we'll see if Pavel can beat that. The gap normally between the softs and the mediums is about 0.6 of a second, but it's all down to driver ability. Can Pavel make it work? Can he get up there towards the front of the grid? Oh, he's just off 2/10 off the pace of Brownie. He's P3 as it stands, and I this is it. He's not going to get another lap in unless he keeps this one going. This is only hope now, is to pin the throttle. And looking like a few drivers are out. Double G is just coming to the pits. So he's done. Mark G is still in the pits. He's done. Beefs is done. Leclerc is done. They're all finished for the day. Let's see where Reggie and Kai Bengini are. They are on and out lap, swapping places actually. Trying to work out who should be starting ahead of each other. Similar to the actual Mercedes, they can never seem to work it out. But they are coming around the final corner. They're going to get a little bit of tow here from Brownie, which is going to help them. They are starting on the mediums then, with 15 seconds left of the session. Let's have a look at Willy Wampa. Where is he? He's coming up to turn 4. Let's have a ball with Manu actually. And have a quick look where King Buzzer is. King Buzzer is coming into the pits. He's done. Let's see where Manu is then. He's coming around turn 10 onto this middle straight. There are 4 big straights on this track. This is the middle one. One across start finish, 2 up the sides, 1 in the middle. So qualifying has now officially finished, but there are still cars on track. Rag has been tagged as an outlap, even though he's on a flying lap. Interesting. But we're going to start on board with Manu. Nevet in the pits. I assume Pavel's gone fastest with 27.5. Where did that come from? I think he might have caught Brownie out with that one. Brownie is on a fly, and now he knows what he's got to beat. Unless Manu or Willy Wampa can do it. Manu's coming up to the line now. Is he going to go fastest? No, he does improve, but not by enough. And he'll be starting P5 at best. Willy Wampa coming around the final corner now. What can he do? Can he spoil Pavel's party? Oh, a little bit of lag there, and that's his qualifying pretty much done with. He's still going to try and finish the lap, but he's going to be well off the pace. Brownie himself is coming around the final corner now. No lagging issues for him. Willy Wampa's actually left the session. Lagged so hard he disconnected, and Brownie dominates it quite comfortably there. Raggy jumping up there to P8, Kai Bengini up to P11. So Raggy will be starting on those tyres. Kai Bengini will be starting on what he qualified on. But Brownie dominating qualifying once again. Winner last week was about 27 seconds clear. Will we see a repeat of that again today? Based on those times, it's looking likely. Pavel will have an extra lap on those tyres when it comes to the race start. And that could be really costly for him. So let's have a quick look at the best lap. So top 6 all on softs, bottom lot all on mediums. Simple as that. No messing about. It is simple to see. And we'll move on to the race in a moment. Just waiting for everyone to get through this stage. And there we go. So have a fun rundown of the qualifying for you in a moment. So there you go, confirmation that Brownie will be starting on pole just under 4/10 clear of Pavel. Neved in 3rd, followed by Willy Wampa, and then Manu. I mean, the gaps are quite substantial. Brownie's a 2nd clear of 5th place. So it's going to be, should be a 1-horse race here, but we'll soon see. Double G, the last man on the sauce. And top of the mediums was Mark, then followed by Brownie, Beefs, King Buzzo, and I've forgotten the rest. I need to just get through those results instead of chatting too much. And we'll be going to the race for you in a moment now. We're just going to wait for all the drivers to make any minor adjustments to their setup, get those fuel sources, get that pit stop strategy nailed. Let's see, has their practice paid off for them? You can't win the race within qualifying, but you can sure as hell lose it. Similar with the first corner. As we're actually joined by Rowe, who has picked up a few race wins last season, so we'll be seeing if he can do anything about it this year, see if he can climb his way up. He'll be starting right at the back with no setup, so it's not going to be easy for him, but we'll see how he gets on. As we just say, just waiting for everyone to make those final adjustments to their systems. And we'll be getting the session started in only a few seconds. But first up, we will have the formation app with Brownie leading us away. A little slow off the line. Hopefully that's not an omen to come. And right, let's have a quick look at said tyres. So top 10 obviously starting what they qualified on. Willie Wampa's having some serious issues with his connection. He's off again. But those in the top 10 obviously start what they qualified on. Those outside, Kai, Leclerc and McCreadich will be starting on the hards. And Rowe is going for an all-in strategy, really, with a set of softs from the very back. What can the Red Bull man do from back here? Has he got what it takes? He's going to have to carve through this entire grid on the opening lap, or those softs are going to be really hurting later on. One thing going for him is that those softs are going to be brand spanking new on that car. Certainly the hard guys in front of him. It's the people in front of that on used tyres. But Rowe will have a default setup. He won't be able to change it other than the front wing, really. I think you can change a few of the PSIs, but that's really about it. As there's Willie Wampa having some issues. I think he might be getting back in, or he might be just calling it a night and going to bed. He's had a few disconnections this evening. So the AI is finally started to drive again. Very twitchy is that AI. But Brownie will be leading us off then. That's one less problem for him off the start with an AI. But will Pavel never get the jump on him? It's all going to come down to the start. He'll be taking up position at the very front on the left hand side. There's a few cars already on grid. They've obviously had some issues. So we're just waiting for Brownie, who will be taking up, as I say, taking up the first position. He is in place. Rowe is one of the last people we've got. Willie Wampa, but he may jump to the back to the grid because he is an AI. No, we're still waiting for him. He looks like he's about to be in place, and we should get this race underway. And here go the lights, 5 red lights. And they're off, and we're off then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Brownie got off flyer. Never looked a little bit slow off the line. He's jumped by Willie Wampa already. He's actually still an AI, but he's made a position up on the open road. They go 5 wide into turn 1. A little bit of contact then between the Racing Point and the other McLaren. And there's the Renault jumping the curb to try and get up position. That's Mark. He's gone off the track. He's going to come back on, and he's going to be coming back on down in P11. But Brownie guessing the start that he needed. And he is up front, but Pavel is not going to go quietly into the night, nor is Never. They are both there on his tail. And let's have a look further back. Mark obviously had that little off. He's back on. He's back on in 10th place. He's got his sights set on King Buzzo. King Buzzo's making a move down the inside of Raggy. Just missing out on wheel to wheel action there, but just in front of them as well, you've got Rowe and Beast. They are going side by side through turn 9. As Kai Bancini's already retired. He must have just had an accident on his own. There doesn't be anyone near him. Unfortunate for the lad, he's gone already very early on in this race. But we're on board here with Rowe. Making moves on Beast. He signs one down the inside, but just trying. Beast runs very wide on the exit. This looks like Rowe's going to take it, as well as the 5 Racing Point's gone wide. And it looks like Double G has lost it. Rowe's lost the back end. He's come back on. He's going to come back on, though. Still in 5th place. He is not lost the place, though, with that slide, which is good news for him. Let's see, is Beef's going to fancy a little look? He doesn't. He's just, oh! Double G's come from nowhere, and that almost was a double GI. And he has had a little off there. He comes back on, he's dropping places. He's down then to P11. And Beef's came off worst of all of that. He's down there in P13 and very far back then. Oh, Willie Wampa, who is actually making up grounds for an AI. I think Double G might have. Has he got some damage, or is he just being a bit slow? He's just being a bit slow. And he'll now get past the AI, Willie Wampa, quite easily. Let's have a quick look at the front, see how the front ones are getting on. Managed got a little bit of a space there, but Pavel all over the back then of Brownie. Didn't expect to see this. I expected to see Brownie just go off quickly and not be seen again. Rowe has DNF'd already. Let's see, where was that? That's there. I'm not sure how he's done that. He must have just lost off the turn 7, just lost the back end straight into the wall. We're down to 12 already, and we're only on lap 2 at 29. There's a battle going on ahead between Mark and McFriedich. They're going side by side down the back straight, coming towards turn 11. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? Mark's trying to go round the outside. McFriedich has the inside. He comes across onto Mark and says, "You ain't coming through here, matey. Dream on." Let's have a quick look at positions gained so far then. McFriedich up 6, King Buzzer up 4, Reggie up 3, Leclerc up 3, but losing out. Obviously, Willie Wamper being an AI, he's down 8. Double G down 5. Mark is down the outside, or is he? McFriedich wants to come back, but just couldn't find a way through. And Pavel has gone faster than everyone. DRS has been enabled and will be available almost immediately. We are talking about just here. You'll get some DRS, and Pavel gets a great drop off the corner. Brownie's going to have to try and defend, but Pavel is already alongside him. DRS enabled. He's going to go down the inside. Brownie hasn't got anything to say about it just yet. And Brownie is down then to P2. Pavel is making moves already, and Neved has joined the battle. This battle, is he going to fancy a little look at this? He's just a little bit too far back here, but he will pick up some DRS in a moment. And we got a lovely three-way battle then for the lead. Man is 2 seconds back, so don't expect to see him catch up just yet. But here we go, this mid DRS section. You don't really want to make an overtake here, because it is just not really the ideal place. You've got a better one coming up on the home straight in a moment. Stick to the back of the van, use the DRS to stay on the back of the other driver. Double G has dropped places, he's back down to P12. Let's have a quick look at him. He obviously looks like he's had a little spin. Full wing though on that car, which is good to see. And he's just having problems down there. And the current battle is still up at the front as Brownie has run wide on the exit of 13. Neved will have a chance. Is he going to fancy a shot? He's definitely going to have DRS now though. And Brownie's actually going to have to try and defend here because he's not going to be close enough to Pavel to make a move. He's actually outside of 1 second window. He's going to get DRS anyway because he was just close enough before Pavel goes fast of everyone. But what is Neved going to do? He's going to have to sit here for a while, I think. Brownie on those brakes, closes right up to the back of Pavel. More DRS coming though. It's a non-stop DRS slipstream fest here. Beefs is the first man to pit then from P9. And he has had enough of those mediums, I think, unless he's picked up a little bit of damage. Let's just have a quick flick to him. Yep, new nose cone going on Beef's car. Not good news for him then. As we stick back with this battle going on for the front three. What is going to happen as we're coming towards this mid DRS section? Are we going to see an overtake here? Neved could get past Brownie and still benefit from Pavel's DRS if he fancies it, but he's got to get past Brownie, which is no small task. 0.6 between them, both the gaps here. And Brownie got a decent drive off the corner. He closed up a little bit onto Pavel. Let's have a look at Brownie on the back end of Pavel. All these guys on soft tyres, same age tyres as well. Pavel just looks a little bit snaky coming through turn 12. Just losing the back end a little bit, and that's going to allow Brownie a chance come the home straight. If you can stick that throttle down now. 0.4 is the gap. This should see an overtake here for Brownie, but can Neved stay with them? Brownie in mode 4, Pavel in mode 2. Brownie should make this easy overtake. Brownie has set the fastest lap, and he is through then. What is Pavel's response to it? It's to sit him on his gearbox, drive the corners beautifully. I mean, he's nailed that corner every single time. Last time he got the position off Brownie. Is he going to get the position off Brownie this time around? Last of the late breakers. He is the last of the late breakers. Brownie looks for that cutback. A little bit of wheel to wheel. And he's had to yield a bit there to Pavel. I thought that was going to end in tears. Obviously Pavel wanted to go right to the racing line. And Neved wants to come. He really wants to get through on this. He's sticking to the back of these guys so well. And all it's going to take is one little mistake from one of these guys and he can come through. And he is right at the back of Brownie. Brownie is 0.7 off the back of Pavel, but Neved is 0.25 off the back then of Brownie. Both, however, do have DRS, so that's nullified effectively. It just allows Brownie to close up a bit more on Pavel. And this is where it's going to be crucial. These corners here, if one of them just flips off too much, they can lose time. So they've got to be a second behind, and Neved picks up a 3-second penalty and has just fallen outside, and now he's back inside that 1 second window. detection point is under that Rolex board, and he's just missed out, I think. It looks like he has. He has just missed out. How unfortunate for Nevid, so he's going to fall out of this little battle for now. Will he come back into this? Brownley's looking to make moves, switching to the inside. Through he goes. But don't forget, Pavel is mighty off turn 2s and 3. Is he going to be mighty this time around? As Brownlee looks like he's worked out how to drive that corner. And he's going to hold this place for this lap. Or for this corner anyway. Pavel's going to have to be careful with that over-revving. He ruined his gearbox last week. He doesn't want to ruin it again this time. And it'd be very unfortunate if he does. But if you over-rev the engine, then you can't expect it to work perfectly every single time. A little bit of contact there on the back of Brownie, just to let him know, I'm still here, I want to come through, but I'm going to wait for a little bit. We see Double G has pitted, he's got on for softs then. So, is he going to try soft mediums, or is that going to force him onto the hards? I think he should be able to do 2 stopping softs mediums. We'll see how he goes as the front 4 still on their soft tyres, 5 laps in. Willy Wamper as well, he's on those softs, but he doesn't look like he's back in the game. Just have a quick flick back to him. No, he's not back in the game, so he's still an AI down there in 9th place. But who isn't an AI? And that is Pavel and Brownie. They are going at it. Brownie goes fast into the 32.2. That Rocket Williams is going like a rocket, that is for sure. He's been helped by a very heavy right foot then for Brownie. 0.3 is the gap as they come off turn 2 and 3. Pavel still trying to just make moves to make up the ground. Further back though, we do have a little battle going on. We'll switch back to that. It's about for 6th and 7th. Mark and King Buzzo, so they are coming up to turn 4. Mark does have DRS, but he's not going to be close enough to make a move this time around. So we'll quickly jump up then to Pavel and Brownie. Again, I don't expect we'll see a move on this lap, on this DRS race, sorry, not this lap. We never know actually, but 0.6 is the gap there, so Pavel will just use this DRS to close up a little bit, try and drain a bit of Brownie's DRS, but Brownie's got 60 odd percent, and Pavel is just dipping into the 40s. So Pavel needs to save a little bit of ERS, make Brownie burn his. As Neved has closed up onto the back of this battle now. He has got back under that 1 second. He's had a little sort of reset lap. And he'll be trying to close up onto this. Let's see if he can have a go at Brownie. Or is he going to... Is he fancying an undercut move here? Let's see. Yeah, he's going for the bits. He's going for this undercut. This could work out for Neved. What tyres is he going to put on though? Is he going to go for the hards and try and go to the end? Or is he going to go for mediums and 2-stop it? I suspect we'll see a set of hards going on. Stay on board with him quickly. See what he does. He's going for a fresh set of softs, so he's going 2-stopper. That's for certain anyway. You have to do a second stop onto a soft or a hard. If you start on softs, you have to go for hard. Or sorry, I'm getting that confused. I'm going to ignore myself. Let's have a look further back quickly at Double G. He's climbing up to the back end of Leclerc. Fresh tyres on Double G, fresh softs compared to fresh mediums. And it's going to really benefit him here. He's going to get some DRS then on Leclerc. And Leclerc doesn't get DRS from Willy Wamper in front of him. Double G's not close enough to make any kinds of moves just yet. He will... Ooh! He just outbroke himself quite a big bit there. He picked up a 5-second penalty. Did he outbrake himself, or was he just caught out by Leclerc's slightly earlier braking? I think he might have broken him slightly late. He went flying into that turn 1. That could have been tears for both those drivers. Pavel picks up a 5-second penalty, extended track limits. But here's Mark on the back of King Buzzo as they come down towards the final 2 corners. DRS is going to be Mark's, that's for sure. As Pavel has pitted, and so has Manu. Yes, right, Manu has pitted. Pavel, more woes for him. 5-second penalty for speeding a bit late. That's 10 seconds of penalties in just one lap. Mark is going to make moves then on King Buzzo. Going to try and go around the outside of turn 1. He's looking for the cutback. Now trying around the outside of turn 2, but he's not going to make it. And King Buzzo defends superbly. And Leclerc, 3-second penalty for him. So Pavel has come out well behind the back of Nevid. 14 seconds off the back of him, in fact. I'm going to guess he served one of his 5-second penalties, but I don't think he served both of them. And he's going to be going to the end. He does have fresh hards on that car, so just say he's going to be trying to go to the end as Never gets past Mitrovic. And up he goes. And he will now be setting his sights on Mark. Mark still on the back of King Buzzo. Up here for currently 3rd place. Won't be 3rd place once everyone has pitted, that's for sure. Brownlee still current race leader. 9.5 seconds clear of Raggy, but Raggy is closing up a little bit. Just wonder if Brownlee's going to be coming in anytime soon. He's not, he's staying out. He's extending his opening stint to make sure he can make it on whatever compound he goes for. Whether or not it's mediums or hards, we'll find out. Obviously, the longer he can make these softs last, the more likely it is to be a set of mediums that he goes for. Mark on the back of King Buzzo once again, DRS in effect. Is he going to make it this time? Oh, a little bit of squeeze there from King Buzzo. Never goes faster. King Buzzo comes across, defends beautifully. Mark just can't find a way through then. And King Buzzo actually gets DRS there because he lost the place as they came across the DRS line. And that's going to help King Buzzo out. He just pulled away a little bit. But Mark will be starting to get a little bit angry under that helmet. Just starting to wonder what can he do to get past the Alpha in front of him. What has he got in that locker? As we come up once again to another DRS section, down through turns 9 into 10. It's crucial to get the drive off that you need off this corner. He looks like he's got a decent one, but so did King Buzzo. 0.3 is 6.9 is the gap. It's going to come down a little bit, but not enough to make a move. And now he needs to stick with him as go through this towards the end of sector 2 into sector 3. He just needs to stay as close as possible. And try and make King Buzzo make a little mistake. Try and look like you're trying to make a dive into these last 2 corners. Put him off a little bit. Just get in his mirrors. Browning has pitted them from the race lead. He will see what he goes for then. Is he going to go hards? Is he going to go mediums? And Mark has dropped well back on King Buzzo. I didn't see what happened, but King Buzzo just got a beastly drive off that corner. Runs very deep into turn 1 and 2. Browning has come out on fresh mediums then. Levitt has got the undercut, but will be pitting again. But when he does, he'll have some very fresh mediums on that car. Whereas Browning might be having to nurse his, and we can see a little race coming together as... Well, the race coming together as it goes on, that's for sure. So we're still on board with Mark as he's looking to make moves on Buzzo. Current race leader is Raggy, 7.2 seconds up the way from these two. And he hasn't stopped yet, he's on 10 lap old mediums, followed by King Buzzo and Mark, also on 10 lap old mediums. Mitrovic down in 6th, hasn't stopped yet, he's on 10 lap old hards. Everyone else has stopped. And there'll be quite a few more pit stops for those who have stopped. Leclerc expected to stop again, along with Double G, Nevid as well. So whether or not Manu can go to the end on those mediums, we'll find out as we go. I suspect Brownie will be making it to the end, otherwise he wouldn't have gone for that tactic. We are sticking on board with this battle for 2nd and 3rd. It doesn't appear to be giving up anytime soon. Mark actually gets this drive off the corner for a change, unlike last time. DRS is open. Which way is he going to go? He's going to try and go around the outside. This is where... Oh, there's a little coming together. What's that? Oh, I didn't see it. Looked like a little nudge. I tried to get on board with King Buzzo, but I can't tell if it's a little nudge or just King Buzzo just lost it. But he's lost the position. That's one thing he has lost. And he's now down into third place. And has he got an issue? Because he's just let his teammate through. Or was that tactics? He's lost 2.6 seconds this lap. But his teammate is through and will be climbing up to the back of Mark to try and get past him. Just actually gone board there with Nevid. 4 laps on, no softs compared to 11 lap old mediums for Mark. King Buzzo, who has been deployed as a rear gunner then for Nevid, needs to hold up Brownie as much as possible to allow Nevid to pull away, because Nevid will have another pit stop at some point, probably in the next, I'm going to say 5 laps, 6 laps actually. Let's go for it. Which one he'll put on mediums and be rather racy, because they shouldn't die off. But the mediums are now pitting. 12 laps in, both the mediums in front of Nevid have pitted. Raggy has gone for hards. He'll be coming out. What is Mark going for? He's not quite in his pits. Oh! Okay, that's just the visual glitch. That's quite good. I was a bit worried there. I thought his mechanics weren't ready for him and he got messed up. Friedrich is on the rear Manu. Manu's just got past Friedrich. But up front, Brownie is on the back then of our race leader's teammate in the shape of King Buzzo. What can he do to slow up the Williams driver? Can he do anything? Nevid will be pitting again and he'll come out well down the order. We're talking probably back in at the moment 7th or 8th. And he just needs King Buzzo to just drive a wide car. Brownie has got 100% ERS, or had 100%, saved it up quite well, now deploying as much as possible. He wants to get past King Buzzo because he knows what King Buzzo's game is, and it is that is King Buzzo's game. Just drive your opponent off the track, completely legally in all minds. He had the position, but Brownie is saving up as much as he can through the points where he's not going to try and overtake. But you can see he's going to start moving up now. Get out to mode 4 as soon as you get that power down. Here we go. King Buzzo can't really defend against this. He's coming to the pits anyway. And Brownie has been unleashed up into P2 for him, and 3.8 seconds off the race lead of Nevid. Let's have a quick look at Raggy, see where he is. He's got nothing, really. There's nothing around him. He's having a little race of his own by the looks of things. Friedrich is 3 seconds up, so he'll be closing us the back of him shortly. Friedrich on 13 lap old hard tyres. And yeah, so he'll be closing up in the next few laps, but further back actually, Double G and Leclerc are renewing acquaintances. They've had a few coming together so far this race. It's very old softs versus old mediums between these two. I say they have had a couple of tangles already today, and I think Double G's tyres are starting to go away from him a little bit. He's not going to be able to put the power down as quick as he'd like coming off some of these corners. And you just see that back end stepping out on him as he tries to go a bit hard, a bit too soon. 0.6 is the gap between him and Leclerc at the moment. And let's see if he can close up then. So our previous previous race leader at one point, Pavel, down in 6th place, Raggy with a 3-second penalty. I was about to measure, Pavel's got several penalties to his name. Leclerc runs very wide and 3-second penalty for him as a result of that. It's a strange racing line through that corner. Brownie goes fast with the 31.15. And Double G is trying to make moves up onto the back of Leclerc, but there's a willing, and the car just says no. And that is what happens when you push that car a little too hard on old soft tyres. You lose the back end. And he spun it right round, and I think that is a pit stop coming up then for Double G. going on to those medium tyres, because those will now be cooked. Let's have a quick look up at Raggy. 1.7 seconds off the back of Friedrich. Friedrich is on very old hard tyres. He'll be coming towards his pit stop window. The only man on track still to pit. And I say, it is coming to his pit window, but will he be trying to push those for another 4 or 5 laps and put on a set of softs? It could be a strategy that works if you can make it work, if you can get there. It's just getting there is going to be the hard part for him. Neved is still currently leading, 3.4 seconds is his lead from Brownie, but he will be pitting again in the next few laps. Obviously on to a set of mediums, because he can't go for a set of softs if he wants to finish this race. He could go hards, to be fair, but I highly doubt he'll even consider that. There's no logic to going to hards. But Raggy has now got that gap down to less than a second. Now we're going to see what he's got, as he's now picked up that DRS. He's in mode 3, he's shifting it to mode 4 now. McFreed is coming into the pit, so Raggy through quite easily. Got to make use of that DRS though. Manu up ahead is on some, guessing, old medium tyres, and just starting to wonder if Manu's going to have to pit again. We've seen these medium tyres last about 12 laps. 12 laps is not going to take him to the end of the race. Similar with Brownie, actually. Is this a 3-stop race? That's the big question I'm starting to wonder now. For those who start on the softs, are they double stopping on softs and going for mediums as their extra stint? This could be quite interesting to see, actually. If Brownie has to do another 7 laps, he's not going to get to the end of the race. Is he going to try and extend that stint so he can get to the end of the race? Or is he thinking, stop for another set of softs, but he did such a long opening stint on those soft tyres, it'd be odd to even consider that. But we'll see as we go. Neved will be having to pit again, that's for sure. He started on softs. So let's have a look quickly at Neved actually, and there we go. Just talking about pit stops, he is coming in. Double G with a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. He's currently in 11th, so that's not really going to cost too much. But Brownie has taken the lead then of this Bahrain Grand Prix on lap 17 of 29. 12 to go. That's going to be 18 laps on a set of mediums. Is that too much to ask for Brownie? Well, we're going to find out. I suspect it's on the borderline of being too much. In fact, it might not be even close to the borderline, it might be well over the borderline. Time will tell. Right then, so Neved has come out on fresh mediums, 3.1 seconds off the back of Pavel. Pavel, who was race leader at one point. Let's have a look at him see quickly, actually, because last week he did have gear issues. And that's why, see how he changes down gears so aggressively. That's what caused his issues last week. He needs to just change his style, because that's going to wreck his gearbox. So let's look at Brownie for another way to do it. See, look, he's not over-revving it. He's taking it carefully. So we're going to come up to corner 14 here. We'll compare how they change their gears, and you'll see why Pavel wrecks his gearbox. Look at that. Those lights don't come on when he brakes. Pavel's are all lit up. He is wrecking his gearbox, and it's going to be hugely costly to him over the course of the season. He needs to change entire driving style. He's going to have problems. He needs to work out what he's going to do and change it. And unfortunately, as I say, it's almost an entire style of driving change. He's actually, though, gaining up on regular jumping times there. It was 2.9, it was now 1.9, and it's coming down. I think Reggie might have had some lag a little bit there. It's 1.8 though is the gap between Pavel and Reggie, and we're going to keep an eye on this because Pavel has the pace to beat Reggie if he doesn't wreck his gearbox. And I'm hoping at some point he comes back and watches through this and realises what he's doing. I mean, let's look at Raggy in front of him. Shifting down, no over-revving. Over-revving every single time through the gear shifting. It might make him a little bit faster at times, but it is going to wreck his gearbox over an entire race distance, as it did last week. I'd like to say he knows what he's doing, but well, he knows more than I do, that's for sure. I know from what I can see, and yeah, it's not going to be good for him. He has, however, caught up to Raggy. He's now within that 1 second window, so we'll see some DRS action on this home straight. Might be a little bit too far back to consider a move this time, as the gap is 0.8 seconds. DRS is open as he comes down the home straight. Nevid has gone fastest, who's actually behind him. Nevid has made that second stop and is just outside that DRS window. Willy Wampa, the AI. Oh, Pavel, 5 second penalty for him. I know he's already got a 3 seconds. He already had a 5 seconds, he's now got 3 seconds, so I'll get my words bumbled up here. I'm trying to get a drink. It's rather warm still. But he's right on the rear of Raggy now. 0.3 was the gap, just at the top of that hill. And he's still 0.3. Just keep an eye on Neved's gap, that is 1.4. Come down to 1.2. So Neved is driving like a man possessed. He knows he's quicker. He's got the quickest tyre of everyone. Oh, no, Raggy's just lost it. Lost under braking, loses 2 positions as a result. And that is that tricky turn 9. And I know Raggy hates that corner, because I've spoken to him about it so many times, and he hates it. I mean, I've hated that corner, because you're going downhill and turning and braking all at the same time, and he's just overshot it. The pressure got to him there. But now we get to see Neved and Pavel battling, and Raggy is still hanging on to the back of Neved for now. And the gap is 0.73 between Raggy and Neved, so Raggy will hang there for just a little bit. Neved, though, with DRS open, 0.3 is the gap. Looking to make moves down the inside, going for a late break. I mean, it's not even a late break, he doesn't even outshoot anything, but he's not going to gain it this time. Does he have DRS? Neither of them have DRS. Interesting. Raggy does have DRS. He's actually going to close up a little bit onto the back of this battle. Neved's run very deep. Raggy's going to come through on the inside, is he? He tries to, but Neved just has so much more grip on those mediums. Raggy's tyres are definitely in operating temperature. Neved's just binned it! He's just lost it on the curb. That's probably the third drive, actually. We definitely see Rowe lose it on that corner. And I think Kai Mancini lost it earlier in the race on that corner as well. And that is some heavy front wing damage there for Neved. That is a real shame. And he's going to be bringing that back to the pits, I suspect. The only thing going good for him now is that he can pit, come out in P7 with some fresh softs on that car. That's going to be good for him, so he'll have a chance to recover. He'll definitely go for the fastest lap. But he's just made a complete mess of that, unfortunately. Let's have a quick look at Manu. He's on 11 lap old medium tyres. Just wondering how he's getting on. He looks alright, actually. He's got 12 seconds to the back of Brownie, but I'd say these tyres are quite old, and I think by the fact that they haven't pitted yet, they are going to keep these tyres to the end of the race. Assuming they don't get a puncture, obviously. Which is the last thing they're going to want. Let's have a look. Neved has pitted. Only just pitted 4 laps ago. He comes in. He was up in P3. He's going to come out possibly in P7 or 8. He's actually going for fresh mediums. Maybe he's run out of softs. He did 2 stints of soft tyres. He could have gone for a set of softs, but playing it safe then. Mark is going to come down the home straight. Is Mark going to go through on him? I think he will. It's going to be close, is it? It is rather close. Neved is right there. Now he's got to get 3 positions to get back to where he once was. He's on lap 21 of 29. It's a big ask of him. It's not impossible. is just highly unlikely. When I say highly unlikely, I mean I don't even think Brownie could do this on a fresh set of softs. I can see him getting Mark and possibly getting past McFriedrich, but King Buzzo is going to be completely out of reach of him. He's got 14 and a bit seconds to McFriedrich. He does have penalties. There's a yellow in sector. Oh, Brownie has pitted. He's not going to get OCN. That's going to be interesting. Pavel is going to come through and take the lead of this Bahrain Grand Prix. We're on lap 22 of 29. Raggy is through to second place. You can have Brownie on his tail though. Manu's come out on fresh softs. That was the one thing I was expecting Brownie to do. He hasn't. He's gone for fresh mediums. Unless he had no softs left. So Brownie in P3. Pavel is your current race leader with penalties to his name. Raggy has penalties now. I don't think Brownie has any. And that could be the undoing for the driver in front of him. As Neved does get past Mark eventually. Down in someone. He's gone very deep again. It's not working out for him today. He's in the wrong mentality and it's backfired on him. He's made just one big mistake after another. Or one big mistake and a fair few little ones. Just not picking the braking point perfectly. And that's his downfall here as Manu's coming up to the back of King Buzzer. King Buzzer drives one of the widest cars on this track. What is Manu going to do about it? I think he's going to wait until he gets to the home straight and then make a move. In front of King Buzzer is a lapper, so not too much of an issue for him. That is Leclerc. But that is actually... Leclerc's got an AI, even though he's not ghosting. Leclerc nearly turned into King Buzzer there, even as an AI. Manu, is he going to make a move? He knows the DRS line is there. Now he can go past King Buzzer. I'm not sure why King Buzzer is actually fighting this, because this is going to be... should be a very simple overtake with soft tyres. And King Buzzer's going to defend the inside, but Manu is just going to streak past him. I would have thought, anyway. King Buzzer goes late in, a little bit of contact there, but Manu has the inside line. He's through and then up into P4. King Buzzer will get DRS to attempt to come back at him. And he is coming back at him. He's not giving up, but he's just going to have to brake a little bit earlier than Manu will, just due to the tyres. Manu then up into P4. 12 seconds off the back of Brownie, but fresh softs. Let's have a look at Brownie. He has DRS then on Raggy. Raggy's currently riding in P2. He has 3 seconds of penalties. Pavel out front either has 5 or 8. I've lost track in all honesty. I know he has some. So we'll see how he does. Never down there in 8th. He's on the back of Mark still. And he's not on the back of Mark anymore. He is out of the race. Oh, that's the wrong button. I hate when that happens. Sorry. Where am I going? There we're going. Oh, he's miles away. So, well, I'm not sure where Never's gone out. I'm going to assume it's the corner he lost it on earlier. Beef's, I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's forgotten where the track is. So Brownie has got past Raggy. Sorry for missing that. That's down into turn one. That's a simple overtake. I don't think Raggy would have even thought of that. Just let him through. You know he's faster than you. And so yeah, through goes Brownie up into P2. And Nevin is out of the race. Let's see. Stick with Leclerc. See when we get past Nevin. Did he lose it on the exit 7 like he lost the front wing earlier? Is it the same corner? Oh, Leclerc out braking himself. People aren't picking up the braking points as they should be, and they're making just little mistakes. I mean, Leclerc isn't really battling with the guys in front of him, but he just wants to get past. And Neved, yes, that's the same place we lost Rowe, and I suspect Kai Vancini. And Neved lost his wing only a few laps before. It's starting to become a little bit of a graveyard, that one corner. Let's have a look at King Buzzo. He's 1 point. He's still hanging around the back of Manu. Manu's not going off into the darkness here. There's 1.7 is the gap there. As Raggy is looking good in P3 right now. Manu is 11 seconds off the back of him. We're on lap 24 of 29. Could we see the Dragster on a podium? Brownie will be sitting on the top of the faster lap podium by the looks of things. Manu is on soft, so he could be the party pooper. As he's going to come across the line, he doesn't go fast. This does a 31.5. Let's have a quick look at said fastest lap with that button there. So, wow, I mean, he's 1.3 seconds faster than Manu. Manu is on softs, so I don't think anyone's going to be taking the fast lap mantle off him. And right, so let's have a look at Pavel. Let's see, is he having gear problems yet? Not as yet, but if he keeps it going, he might towards the end of the race. I mean, Brownie will take the place off him through penalties, but Pavel's going to have to be careful going forward throughout the season that he doesn't destroy that gearbox. Brownie is less than 2 seconds though off the back of the Ferrari man. Let's have a look at Brownie then in the Williams. You don't often hear that. The Williams closing down on the Ferrari. Unless it is the Ferrari's got serious technical issues and the Williams is unlapping itself. 1.886 then is the gap as we're coming up towards the end of the 25th lap to start the 26th lap. It's going to look like Brownie will be taking this unless there's some serious issue for him in the closing stages. Manu 11 seconds off the back of Raggy, and just keep an eye on that gap actually, because it's not really coming down as much as you'd expect for a soft set of tyres. Brownie 1.2 seconds now off the back, less than a second now to Pavel, and he should be taking him probably on the start finish straight next time around. Pavel will feel him breathing down the back of his neck as we're coming up, well, downhill, down towards turn 8. This is where we've lost 3 drivers so far today. Hopefully we won't lose any more to that one corner. We've got 11 drivers left in the race, or 10, Willy Wamper not actually being here. Beeves has pitted then from P8. He's got a free pit stop on his teammate, so he won't worry too much. So he'll be going for a set of softs to see if he can go fastest. I don't think he might be able to catch up to Brownie's level, but it'd be really hard. Brownie is absolutely flying, even on a set of mediums. 0.8, 0.9 now is the gap to Pavel. And we will see some DRS down the home straight then, surely for Brownie. He's sitting in mode 0, obviously he's trying to save up as much as possible so he can deploy full ERS when it's required, and there he goes into 3. He's not going for 4 because he knows he's not close enough to make that overtake. If it was in 4, then he'll be pushing for making the moves. But he's just happy to save a little bit, and Pavel very early on the race, and Brownie closes up so much in the braking zone just for the fact he's got so much grippier tyres. Half a second is the gap now between them. Brownie knows he's not going to make the overtake here, sticks back in mode 0. Let's look at Brownie, Pavel's use. Look at that, 13% then on that Ferrari compared to 50% on the Williams. And Pavel, he knows it's coming. He just doesn't want to face the fact that it is coming. And Manu has closed up a little bit on Raggy, but I think that's going to be a podium going to the McLaren man, a Mercedes man. The McLaren man won't get a podium. But here is Brownie. He's not going to make a move here. Again, sticks it in mode 3 just to close up onto the back of Pavel, knowing that he doesn't need to make the overtake there. He's not close enough to even go for the dive. Now he sets in mode 0 through this section just to save up a little bit. Pavel's back end stepping out on him there, and again very Leclerc-esque, we're going to call that, because that's exactly what Leclerc was doing at Germany. As Mark McFriedrich swap places, McFriedrich had a spin. Looks like he has. He's picked up some damage then, and that is once again, that's down at turn 8, probably coming off the exit of turn 7. McFriedrich has some serious front wing damage then on that car, and Brownie is quite easily through then on Pavel. Yeah, no surprise really at the end of the day. Now the gap between Pavel and Raggy is just under 5 seconds. Raggy has definitely got 3 seconds of penalties. Pavel definitely has 5. It's whether Pavel's picked up another 3 seconds. Could Raggy cut back out on here? That is what's going to be the big call. He's got the tyres on Pavel. Let's keep an eye on Pavel just to see if he's having some gear issues as yet. So last race his gearbox started to fail on him and it was just jumping gears. He'll go from 3rd to 5th suddenly and just get really bogged down. Seems alright so far, but he's now 4 seconds away from Raggy. Raggy is coming, and coming with a storm. Friedrich has pitted. Beefs has gone faster to 29.8. Friedrich has put on a fresh set of softs and a fresh wing, and he's going to try and close up onto Beefs. I think Beefs might be a little bit too far, especially on lap 28 of 29. We are going to go back to Raggy, who's closing up still. Ideally, you get within 2 seconds of Pavel if Pavel hasn't got a 3-second penalty. That's what's going to count. You can see him now up ahead. Pavel closing up onto the back of, I'm going to assume that's double G. No, it's Willy Wumper. Pavel now enters red fuel time. He has got less than a lap of fuel. Raggy's got a bit more to burn, but Pavel will get DRS to attempt to make a move on Willy Wumper. Also, he'll just drive straight through like that, and no issue. 3.4 is the gap then between these two. I think it's not going to get under 2 seconds, but doesn't mean it's not over yet. Or doesn't mean it's over yet. It could still all change. All it takes is one little mistake. One little 3-second penalty here, there, or anywhere. This could all change. Out front though, unpenaltied, is Brownie. He's currently got 3.4 second lead. He did the 2-stopper. My opinion, he should have gone for softs, but he played it conservative. He went for mediums. Obviously didn't need to set a softs on that car. And he's currently 4 seconds ahead then of Pavel. And coming towards the final few corners then. Last time through 15 for him, 13 for him today. Up and down the hill, down towards the final 2 corners for Brownie and Williams. And he's going to take a very comfortable race win. He had a little bit of battling earlier on in the race, but he managed to pull away from Pavel and Neved. And he'll take the race win, followed by Pavel. Raggy's going to come across the line in 3rd. He just misses out by 0.6 per second. Hard break then for Raggy. So close to that 2nd place, but would be chuffed to just get on the podium. Manu coming across in 4th. King Buzzo picks up a few penalties there. He's going to come across in 5th. Mark just a few corners back. And he will come across in 6th. I don't suspect we'll see too many more position changes in the closing time. Unless someone somehow picked up 20 odd seconds of penalties. I don't think they have. It's quite penalty free today. As I say that, Double G gets an unserved penalty for 5 seconds. So, just stay on board with Beefs. He's going to be one of the last 2 men to finish. Friedrich is the other one. Beefs is going to come across the line in the Haas. And take home P7. Friedrich, 2 corners to go for him in the racing point. And he's going to be the last man to finish this race. And there we go then. So easy win in the end for Brownie. Well, I say easy. He had a lot of battling in that first stint with him and Pavel and Neved, but he's going to stand atop of that podium. And look how happy he looks. And a beautiful car it is too. So we'll have a quick final rundown of those positions for you in a moment. And there's that moment. Bradley taking the race win, followed by Pavel with 8 seconds penalties. Raggy unfortunately picked up 6. I only thought he had 1 penalty, and that was crucial. If he had 1, he would have got 2nd place. Manu in 4th, penalty free for him, followed by King Buzzo. Mark in 6th, followed by Beefs, McFriedrich, Leclerc, and Double G. William Upper, DNF, while didn't start effectively. He got disconnected very early on and finished 11th. DNF is then Neved, Rowe and Kai Bangini. All those three DNFing up the same corner, believe it or not. So that's the exit of corner 7 into coming towards turn 8 down the hill. Running over too much of the exit curb, throwing it into the wall on the left. Unfortunate for those three. But thanks everyone for being here. I will, of course, be back next week with the Chinese Grand Prix at the same time, at the same place. Thanks for all for being here.